Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. I'm your host. And, you know, we got a lot in store for you still. Founded to encourage the creativity of our youth, the Lola Performing Arts Studio continues to teach and inspire. Here now to share more is founder and director Lola. Welcome you to the show, along with Adria Ash and Brian Davis, performing artists.
Yes.
Tell us about this, the Performing Arts Studio.
Well, the Performing Arts Studio was a dream of mine when I was a child. And I was involved in the arts. I did everything. And I've always wanted to open a center where youngsters could come in and express themselves in that. And this is arts when I was in my early 20s.
Yes.
So I am from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, woman. I mean, that's Jamaican, but you know.
And I came here and studied as much as I could. And eventually I would start the studio in my living room. Before that, I started in the South Bronx, working at Trinity Episcopal Church. And what many people do not know...
Trinity to the bone.
And many people don't know that's where Wesley Snipes met me.
Oh.
And I encouraged him to go into acting. And I was the first person to inspire Wesley Snipes into the world of acting.
Nice to know,
and theater. So we started there, and I began to work with children of parents who were addicts. And I got more and more deeper and deeper in working with these children, but going beyond the arts. So if they're coming in to do acting, which is still today, we don't just deal with acting, we get to the spiritual part of that child.
Look at that. Yeah.
We tap into that so that they can
into the source.
then, so that what we like to think of CAPAS is a studio for the arts, but it uses the arts to combine body, mind, and spirit. So even in performance, when you come and you see our performance on the 24th, you will see little children playing with absolute excellence and absolute confidence. That is because instilled also in our program, which the 90% is of Afro-American, Afro-Caribbean children. Instilled in them first is their history and their uniqueness and their source from which they come. So they must know they are bigger than what they seem to be.
So it goes back to know where you came from,
so,
know where you are, and know where you're going.
Yes.
There's
So
that
if
beginning,
we do,
middle, and the end, that 1, 2, 3, that ABC.
That's right. If we're doing the drum, if we're doing piano, and we have what we call our master class, I present the drum as the first instrument on earth.
Why?
And I say, well, where does this drum come from? How did it come about? What do you think happened? What did people do? Did they will come up with answers, well, maybe they stamped their feet or they took up a branch and hit something or whatever. So I said the drum is born. And then I present them with African instruments, that the guitar, the mandolin, the harp, the piano, all of them came out of evolution from these instruments.
Do you let them know that the drum was so important that it was like a form of communication, especially when African slaves came to this country? You know, pop, 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 pop. We get together, pop, 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 pop. We're gonna meet the So you know, people figured it out. So they weren't allowed in this country in the beginning. You know, you couldn't have drums. So what happened was they got involved in spirituals.
The Negro
what's that?
Which we do. We
Wade
always have
in the
to
water.
Do it. Yes. Which the children sing.
Yes.
Which the children sing. And the children also learn the coded meanings of those songs. What were they all? What is wade in the water about? It's not just wade in the water. It is that we are going to cross the river tonight. So they have to know what they're singing and what these spirituals were all about.
And you won't want to get in the water so the hound dogs won't sniff you out.
That's right.
It'd be better for you to get in the water
if you ask one of them why, they will tell you that. So the dogs they would lose the scent and go into the water.
That's how important the drums are.
So it's a studio that is using the arts in a different way, you know, to stimulate the minds and produce independent thinkers.
And these are your independent thinkers sitting here today, Adria and Brian?
Yes.
Yeah. And what part are you getting out of it? What are you getting out of the performing arts studio?
Well, I used to go to Miss Lola's with my 2 kids, and we performed there before. She taught my kids a lot. I love acting, so she taught me a lot too.
You have an accent too. Where are you from?
Jamaica.
Yeah, woman. Trinity to the bone, Jamaican. And how about you, Brian?
Actually, I'm American. Originally from Seattle, Washington.
Yeah.
But I met Miss Lola just by chance. I graduated from school and I knew that I wanted to perform. And a friend of mine, a dear friend, said, you know what, come to New York.
Yeah.
That's the place. And
this
you
is where everybody's trying to come, huh?
It's true. It's true. And you come meet Miss Lola. I had no idea what I was getting into. Next thing you know, I was dancing on side of the kids in a loincloth, singing, actually Wade in the Water,
look at that.
in the Children's Legacy, in the recital. So she's really, when she talks about expanding, she's really helping me find my individualism, knowing who I am, so that when I step on any forefront, I have the confidence.
And the courage.
The courage.
To step up to the plate and hit a home run.
Hit a home run, exactly. But that's what it feels like when I get on stage. You see the baseball players jumping, the basketball players, the football players. When I get on stage, that is my home run.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That exuberance, the excitement, you know. And when I come to the performing arts studio, I'm exercising all of those things.
Yeah.
So that's my place with Lola now.
What's your favorite song?
Oh, it had to be If I Loved You.
Give me a piece of it.
Oh, Lord.
Go ahead.
If I loved you, time and again I would try to say, all I'd want you to know.
Give a big round of applause, everybody. Yes. All right. Now that seems like he's projecting from a stage. Yeah. No,
he's learning to use the diaphragm.
Yeah, coming from down here. A lot of people talk from their throats.
Yes.
But when you come down here, you can get it all out. With gusto. My darling Adria, you act.
Yes.
And sometimes when you act, you have to present a monologue to someone if you want to, you know, let them know what you do. You have a short piece?
Yeah.
Well, let me hear it.
He's doing from an excerpt from For College Girls.
Oh, okay.
My voice. I've lost it. Touch with reality. I don't know who is doing it. I thought I was. But I was stupid. I was able to be hurt, and that's not real. Not anymore. I should be immune if I'm still alive. And that's what I was discussing. How I'm still alive and my dependency on other living beings for love. I depend on intimacy and tomorrow. And that's all I've got going.
Give her a big round of applause, everybody. Adria Ash, Brian Davis, thank you so much. And Lola Louie.
Yes.
From the Lola Louie Performing Arts Studio.
Thank
you so much. What's next for the studio?
Well, the studio, we have our big concert coming up on June the 24th. And I wish that BronxNet would come and really see what we are doing, because you will see kids who are performing no different from kids on Broadway.
Oh, maybe we can get some cameras over
there. You have excellent pianists, and this year we are introducing our Caribbean students to the Caribbean culture, presenting a tribute to Harry Belafonte.
Beautiful. And give us a number where we can contact you.
We can be reached at 718-655-1607.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Give them a big hand, everybody. Thank you very much.